What up, people of the world? Special Caesar here, coming at you with more sweet video game action. Welcome back to Wasteland 3. We've just arrived in Denver and are checking the place out.
Hold, heretics, before you step into our trap.
Mist that burns. Perception 6. Are you the godfisher whom Reliance released?
You have fine ears. I hope one day to send them skyward so they may delight the gods of the sky. However, first we have a proposal for you.
Okay.
The mechanical giant known as Reagan kills our faithful, delaying the harvest. You have access to the Gipper's inner sanctum. It has 3 glowing hearts known as terminals. You will destroy these terminals so we may sweep across this land, making gifts of flesh to the sky. In return, you may pass through our camps without fear. We will not harm you.
Can't we kill innocent people on a chance? Promise to kill Valerican, we have a deal. Killing the Gippers would save us a lot of trouble, but we need Valerican alive. Spare him.
We do not care to know the names of sacrifices. Everyone in the stronghold will go to the sky. Do we have a deal?
We'll do it.
Good. You are welcome in our camps. If you require guidance on this holy quest, seek out Flensing Ice in the oil field. He can speak further of what must be done.
Okay, so I'm guessing this way leads to the camps of the weird people. Godfisher watchers.
Make it to rain gently upon us, but batter our enemies with hail.
What came before? Philosophical musings on what life was like before the deluge of fire.
Wonder about the world before the bombs fell. Like, what it took to survive back then? Different kind of place for sure. For one thing, it was blazing hot. If you didn't wear special suits, you'd get sun poisoning and die. The sun wasn't even the worst part. It was the water. If you drank too much pure water, you'd dissolve. That's why you had to cut it with a little uranium dust first. Everybody knows that. Yeah, well, times were harder then. Ain't that the truth?
What on earth is that cassette talking about? Absolute nonsense. So I'm guessing normally you have to fight your way through these people.
Strike down those who stand against
I can tell the length of your entrails just by looking at you.
That's nice.
gods of the endless sky. Accept these holy offerings. Blow away our foes with thy mighty winds. Gorge yourself upon the end path of the sky. Why won't this stupid box open? Do not speak to us.
Blimey, this place goes on forever. What comes after? Serious considerations on what is to come after the apocalypse.
You ever wonder, like, what you'd do if the world ended?
You mean, like, some kind of apocalypse or something?
Yeah. Like, the world explodes, civilization collapses. What do you do?
I mean, obviously, you've got to grab the plane best chance of survival.
Obviously. But which ones? Like, do you start with one that's got a bunker on it? Or go for one that's got a lot of water?
Nah, man. You gotta think big. Go for the fragments that still got, like, nukes and shit. Then you can conquer everyone else's fragments and take their stuff.
Whoa, that's pretty hardcore.
Post-apocalypse ain't for the weak, man.
That is true.
Material possessions mean nothing. We have ascended beyond them.
Sweet, we get another mountain goat.
Strike down those who stand against us with thy divine lightning. O gods, accept this harvest in the spirit it is given. Blow away our foes with thy mighty wings.
I certainly wouldn't want to fight my way through all this lot.
Gods of
Hey, traveler. Why not visit Denver, the cultural center of Colorado?
I am. I'm in the middle of Denver.
Dangers of Denver include hostile wildlife, scavenging bugs, Reagan-worshipping fascists, rusting walls, collapsing buildings, and background radiation. Denver, the jewel of the North.
Oh, I see. That just leads back down to here. Okay.
Whoa! Careful, partners! After we shut down the East Freedom oil fields, some godfishers set up shop there. The Nancys are gonna clear them out after Mother Reliance finishes her big project.
Actually, we're going to clear them out. Nancy Glory sent us.
Smart cookie, that Nancy. Keep your skin on. I'll be heading back then. Can't believe I just talked to a real desert ranger.
Accept these holy offerings. But battle our enemies with hail. Gods of the clouds and winds, accept our unworthy gift.
I feel like I'm going to run into a fight at any minute.
Mighty winds.
gods of the sky, we fly these morsels to you in hope of
Loot, EMP grenade, waste rifle,
Make it rain
ammunition,
gently upon
money,
us.
junk, and a plasma
Cover
capsule.
our enemies with hail.
Looks like she...
Gods, accept this harvest.
Frozen campsite.
And it be given.
Looks like she held out for a while. Must have been a cold, slow, hungry death. Okay.
Gods of the endless sky, accept these holy offerings. Blow away our foes with thy mighty winds.
Gorge yourself upon the entrails of the slain, O gods. Make it to rain gently upon us, but batter our enemies with hail.
Oh, I see. That's where we came from.
Gods of the clouds and winds, accept our unworthy gifts of warm flesh. Strike down those who stand against us with thy divine lightning.
Gods of the sky, blow away our foes with thy mighty winds.
O gods, accept the spirit it is given. Make it to rain gently upon us, but batter
Map with
our
overlay.
enemies with
Pre-war
hail.
map of Denver overlaid with the transparency
Gods
of
the endless sky,
Mikhail
accept these holy
Gorbachev.
offerings.
Someone
Strike
has
down
circled the
those who
points
stand
where
against us
his ports
with thy divine
wine stain overlaps important buildings. A note reads, "It is a coincidence that these buildings were destroyed." Harold, is it? Whatever the hell that means. Okay, these idiots are pissing me off. They don't shut up.
Make it to rain gently upon us, but batter our enemies with hail.
Gods of the sky, we fly
Big.
these Moses to you in hope of your
10 shotgun shells, nice.
strike down those who stand against us with thy divine lightning.
Leave area. Well, we don't want to leave the area just yet. Still got exploring to do in here. Temperature warning, system throttling engaged to avoid hardware damage. Please defrost heating elements. Sounds a bit sketch. Loot the container. A new well. A dirty cassette covered with a sheen of oil.
Boss, praise the Gipper, we struck oil!
What? When?
Just now. Remember the test wells we were drilling out in Zone 5? The last one came up a gusher. The foreman thinks there could be enough for 100 and...
Great. Now, shut it down.
Wait, what?
Mother Nancy Reliance has spoken. We're cutting off the oil supply to the godless commies in Colorado Springs, so we're suspending operations immediately.
But the oil!
The oil's been there for 1,000,000 years. It ain't going anywhere. Cap the well, and I'll forget about your brief crisis of faith in our sacred leadership. Understood?
Yeah, we heard about that earlier. The Gippers capping the oil and stopping their flow to the city. Subsystem 3, Terminal 303, temperature warning, low power mode engaged to avoid hardware damage. Please defrost heating elements. Upgrading this terminal could increase the Regan statue's combat effectiveness. Sabotaging it could damage or destroy the statue. Systems operational, low power mode on, self-destruct mode off. Upgrade, turn on higher power mode. We're not going to do anything with that yet. We still haven't decided what we're going to do. So we're just going to step away from the moment. Man, that sound is messed up. Not enjoying that at all.
Just gotta pray harder. The second coming is coming.
Do you ever question your faith?
Of course. Neither. Reagan be with you. The second coming is coming.
Thought that was a tripwire then for a second.
I wish I could get an audience with the God President. Don't keep up. You'll find it at the north end of the building. Sanctuary of the Holy Soul.
Repair toaster, yes please.
That toaster's been broken for ages. If you can fix it, it's yours.
Toast, Birchfield rifle, barrel. Awareness is max. So now we get her coordination up. We want to get her barter up to 7 so that she can get the selling junk skill. So we'll save that.
Don't keep the God President waiting, Rangers. You'll find it at the north end of the building. sanctuary of the Holy Soul.
Book of Bonzo, your daily sermon for when on the road. Keep away from commies.
My fellow Americans, well, turn with me now to the Book of Bonzo, chapter 12, verse 1. Blessed are the job creators, for the tax cuts they receive will trickle down to the middle class. Well, blessed are the nukes, for they protect our freedom from the evil communists. Blessed is the oil that sustains our military industrial complex and makes us, well, a shining city on the hill. Rejoice, be glad, for your reward is great on Wall Street. Success sells. Greed is good. Well, amen.
Cruel Corey, creepy doll. Corey has a heartless gaze, but the neighborhood is free of strays. Damage versus animals 5%. Nice. The small nameplate describes this clock's time zone as Freedom Standard. Keep saving it because I fear it's going to crash any minute.
This ain't a charity, Rangers. You need a med kit? Talk to me. That's medicinal, Rangers. And it's mine.
The Wyman, a lean, weathered woman, sizes you up as you approach.
If you're looking to get patched up, I'm your gal. They call me the Wyman around here, but I prefer Doc.
The Wyman?
If you're a Nancy and you do something the other Nancys don't like, they shun you and call you a Wyman. Yeah, no idea what it means. Maybe some kind of rat or insect or something. Anyway, you'll hear a lot of things about me in this shitty city on the hill. None of them good. But nobody can fault my doctrine, so you don't have to worry.
If you're not happy here, why not move?
So where? Colorado Springs? Why would I bother trading one dictator with delusions of godhood for another? Besides, Colorado Springs has plenty of doctors, and the Patriarch would likely string me up within a week for speaking my mind.
Fair point.
That isn't true. So long as you're respectful and do what the marshals say, you are free to say whatever you like.
Do tell.
Why do they say bad things about you?
Well, I was Reagan's second wife behind Reliance, and now I'm not. We'll just leave it at that.
So you quit being a Nancy.
Quit? Ha! I was excommunicated. Mother Reliance burned my Nancy wig and used my red suit for a toilet rag. She'd hand me over to the Godfishers if anyone else in this Girl Scout camp knew their way around a med kit. Speaking of, I could use your help to drive that point home. I might be able to waive the fees for treating your wounds, if you're interested.
Yeah, that sounds like a good deal to me. What did you want to help with?
So, like I said, Reliance would have Ronnie light me up if she didn't need me. So, I need to make sure she doesn't start looking at other medical options. Pretty sure the robots at the machine commune have some tricks for healing humans, not just machines. Every once in a while, a Gipper patrol will get lost, injured, and then a couple of days later show up bright as rain, escorted by a couple of robots.
Okay.
Obviously, Reliance has Ronnie blast him before any commie sleeper programming can turn on, but if you're in the commune and get some kind of data on their clinic, I'll heal you for free from then on. And throw in a few medical supplies, too.
Sure, we'll look into it.
Great. Thank you. Just don't mention this to anyone else, huh? Especially not Forge. Pretty sure she wants this intel too. But if I share, it won't win me an inch with Reliance.
Can you patch us up?
Sure, but this ain't a charity.
Yeah, I'll pay $25 now. Just to get rid of the reduced hit chance on my sniper, to be honest. Got any supplies for sale?
See for yourself.
Under Fire by Oliver North, a harrowing memoir of heroism, patriotism, and congressional hearings about arms sales. For some reason, the pages are curled and brittle, as if something viscous had dried on them. Speaker next to the door crackles to life.
Welcome to the Western White House. God President Reagan is expecting you. Please come in.
Enter. The heavy door swings open.
Thank you.
What is this? Those are the Desert Rangers! They work for my father!
So that's Valor Buchanan.
You promised to keep me safe!
Calm down, Valor. God President Reagan has everything under control.
Well now, welcome, Patriots. Nancy and I, well, we appreciate your selfless service and want to thank you for it. You are true Americans and, well, good neighbors. Now then, help yourself to some jalebies and let's get down to business, shall we? As you know. You and I have a rendezvous with destiny. We'll preserve for our children this, the last best hope of man on Earth, or we'll sentence them to...
Blimey.
If it takes a blood, let's get it over with. Well, what do you say?
Are you sure you're a real person?
Well, I think, don't I? Therefore, I am. Aren't I?
Nerd stuff 5. Computer access debug mode. Run current dialogue from start.
You're reading. Well now, welcome, Patriots. Nancy and I, well, we appreciate your selfless service, and you and I have a rendezvous with. If it takes a blood.
Wow, you repeated the whole thing. Guess that answers the question.
They say the world has become too complex for simple answers. They are wrong. There are no easy answers, but there are simple answers. Why shouldn't we believe that? We are Americans.
That's enough, Ronnie. You did very well. But it's bedtime for Bonzo now, okay?
Okay, Mommy. Well, I'm sleepy.
I know you are, darling. Night-night.
What is this sick nonsense puppetry?
I don't appreciate you toying with the systems that contain the God President. They are delicate, and if damaged, could corrupt his essence. Normally, I'd have thrown you out for such impertinence, but at the moment, we can't be choosy with our associates. I have work for you. Paid work.
Well, it doesn't involve getting rid of the god kites or whatever their names are. What do you need us to do?
My husband, the God President, wishes to transfer his consciousness to a human body. To accomplish this, we must acquire a... What was it, Valor?
A cybernetic transfer module. It's amazing. Basically, what it does is...
That's enough for now, Valor. But yes, we must acquire this transfer module from the filthy communist robots that occupy the Denver airport. Or rather, we'd like you to acquire it and bring it here, to us. Once God President Reagan has a human body, you'll be rewarded with money, a fine weapon, and we will relinquish our claim on Valor and restart the oil to Colorado Springs.
Okay. It's a deal. We get the module, you turn over Valor and zoom all shipments to Colorado Springs. You just need some more information first.
Very well, but I warn you, I have a very limited supply of patience.
I'm sure you do. Why would your god need a transfer module?
There are a lot of issues with the current hardware. The read-write heads alone are...
They don't need such technical details, Valor. Suffice to say, though the vessel containing the God President was meant to be everlasting, that has proven false, and a new vessel is required. Ronnie has announced his preference for the vessel to be human.
How do we know you'll keep your promise to turn over Valor?
You morons! Mother Nancy always keeps her promises. And anyway, she's not the boss of me. I'm here because I want to be. Helping the God President become immortal is very important work, okay?
Thank you, Valor. As you can see, Rangers, he's a talented and driven young man, fully dedicated to our cause. Nobody is being held here against their will.
Tell us more about these robots at the airport.
They call themselves a commune and say they are working for the betterment of all sentient beings. It's a lie. They put on a friendly face so they can turn humans against each other. Mark my words, they'll try to trick you too.
Okay.
But their end draws near. Once we have what we need from them, they will be dealt with like the dirty communists they are.
Any other dangers to watch out for besides the robots?
The Godfishers are always a danger.
Godfishers, that's the word I was looking for.
But trained mercenaries such as yourself should be able to handle them. Now, I serve at the pleasure of a god, Rangers, and I don't have time for this non-committal dithering. Are you going to help us or not?
It's a deal. We get the module, you turn over Valor and resume oil shipments to Colorado Springs.
Agreed, but only after Valor helps us transfer God President Reagan into a new body.
That's right. They can't do this without me.
Yes, dear. Now keep working. Meanwhile, our home is at your disposal. I'll tell the sisters you can come and go as you please. Make America proud, Rangers.
Okay, so we've got some interesting choices ahead of us. We've obviously got two sides of the coin we can choose between. We can either help the president become a person, like they're asking. Container. Or use the terminals like the Godfishers want us to and shut him down so they can continue the deluge of blood. Reliance's manifesto, a recording of Reliance's manifesto, which is broadcast over the airwaves and spread far and wide.
People do rather get the wrong idea about us. I can't say I mind. Let us be underestimated and ridiculed. They think our Ronnie is dead and never coming back, and they are wrong. They accuse us of seeing communists in every shadow, and, well, they are right. But so are we. Make no mistake, dears. We are surrounded by the vestiges of the evil empire. They have turned our great nation into an irradiated graveyard, and they expect us to weep. But we are steel, sisters. We do not bend, nor do we rust. We endure. So let them laugh at us. We are the wives of the God President, and we will endure until he returns to us. Until then, his great work lies before us, unfinished. We will arm our sons and our daughters and teach them to hunt communists and snake-tongued socialists. From birth, we will turn our children's hearts to unyielding stone. With our blessing, they will bring peace back to the world, one bullet at a time. We do this in the Gipper's name. Amen.
Interesting. Let's just see what this person has to say. Sister Nancy Forge. A squat bulldog of a woman wipes her hands with an oil-stained cloth. Her work belt is overloaded with tools and guns.
Hey there, friends. Sister Nancy Forge, Ronnie's fourth wife, and his armorer. Made all our guns, armor, explosives, and that commie-killing Ronnie statue out on our front porch.
Ah, so she's the one who made the statue. Weapon modding 4 requirements not met. Impressive. Be full of yourself, aren't you? Impressive.
Damn right it is, but thanks for saying so. Anyway, I'm the trader here on top of everything else. You need something? I might have it. And if I don't, you probably don't need it.
What made you choose this trade?
Ronnie called me to it during one of his spells, way back when I was a girl. She has hands of iron for forging steel, he said. When a god tells you your trade, you best listen.
How'd you build a statue anyway?
Blood, sweat, and tears, friend. Blood, sweat, and tears. Scavenged and smelted the plating myself, hand ground the laser lenses, and spent a year wrapping the wiring. Also hunted and killed 30 or so scar collectors because they had some parts I needed. Steel, servos, and such.
She winks.
More than a few of the statue's bits and bobs have blood on them. A fitting tribute to America's fighting president, right?
It's really impressive.
Of course it is. I made it. And it's imbued with Ronnie's spirit. It's an all-American ass-kicking war machine.
Yeehaw! Have to say you do some fine work here.
Well now, kinda you to say so. What did you like best about it?
No stuff, so the AI inside remote controls the statue outside and it's a defense system. Impressive.
Wasn't easy. Months of coding the connection to Ronnie. About 100 miles of cable. And the testing was a nightmare. Worth it in the end though, if I do say so myself. Oh, that reminds me. I got some leftovers from that job taking up valuable space. It's yours if you want it.
Yeah, thanks.
Make sure you put that to good use, Rangers.
Let's see what you've got for sale.
Sure, have a look.
Chemtech chest. It's chest armor. Sophisticated medical suit married to a military combat frame. This armor will help you dish it out, and then patch you back up afterwards. Armor is 16, healing bonus plus 20, resistance to poison plus 20. Combat stim used to gain plus 2 AP and 15 hit chance for 6 turns. Blimey. Requires 4 strength and 6 weird science. It's 1400. Gonna be saving up for that. Jeez. Yep, definitely saving up for that. So let's go to the Colorado Air Base and check out these robots that they were talking about.
We're back with big news. It seems that the infamous Desert Rangers have arrived in Denver. Stay tuned for more developments. Wait, is infamous the bad one? They always forget.
Just
But batter our enemies with hail! Gods of the mountain, worthy gifts.
Let's travel to the machine commune, see what they have to say for themselves. Sal is a well-known radio DJ who broadcasts from the ruins of the Denver airport. Okay, so it seems like there's an entirely separate community living out here in the airport that's run by robots mainly. So you've got a few sides to choose, really. Probably going to kill all the robots and take all their stuff. Side with the Gippers and kill all the God Strikers or whatever they're called, who are running around in the ruins. but we'll have to see what the robots have to say before we make any decisions. Gadget O.
Benvenuto. Whoa! Welcome to our
Oh,
commune,
Grito.
Desert Rangers. We've heard so many stories about you and your famously violent exploits. Come in. Our home is your home.
Oh, I don't have to kill the cool surfer robot. No stuff, override the system's robot. Override the robot systems. That probably isn't going to go well. What's going on here?
Do not be afraid, humans. We are a communal society of machine intelligentsia committed to the well-being of all. We wish you no harm. To put it in human terms, we just want to, like, chill and have a good time.
Yeah, smoke a blunt. That's what I'm talking about.
Is that cool with you?
Sounds awesome. We're also looking for something called the cybernetic transfer module.
Then you should talk to the machine intelligence tower. It's a little bit northeast of here. We don't really have a leader, but for human purposes, you can consider them our leader. The machine intelligence tower is currently parsing data, but it'll call you when it's ready to talk. Until then, feel free to hang out and chat with members of the commune. We're all friends here.
What do you think about the Gippers?
They don't like us, but they worship one of us. It's quite confusing. But so are a lot of things humans do. If only we had some way to bridge that gap of understanding.
So we might be able to get around this without killing all the robots. Why do we have to wait for the machine intelligence tower to call us? We need to talk to it now.
You can, but what's the fun in that? Chill and hang out, dude. Chat with some fun-loving machines. Give your brain meat a workout with some stimulating conversation.
What is this machine intelligence tower anyway?
A multitude of sentient software programs working together for the good of all sentient life? Duh! Who wouldn't want to just talk to them? Just follow the steps into the airport, then the red line on the floor, step outside, then follow the catwalk up to the airport control tower. It's easy.
Okay. Remind us, no. What's the story behind this commune?
A bunch of us decided that we wanted to be friends. Why fight humans, even if they hate and fear us, and mercilessly hunt us like genocidal gods, trying to fix a mistake in creation? Maybe someday we can all be friends together and talk nicely, like we're doing now. But even if that doesn't happen, it's nice to peacefully hang out with other machine life.
We'll see you later.
Not if I see you first. Peace, humans.
I saw something flash up over here. Serious argument with satisfactory resolution, recorded for the elucidation of the very fabric of reality for the benefit of all. Okay. Click.
Scanning. New arrival. Species.
Let's see if we can nerd stuff this robot.
Rangers. Current.
This is absolutely not natural. Not natural at all.
I totally understand. Don't worry. I promise not to saw you into pieces. Never even crossed my mind until you freaked out.
Ah, missed the opportunity. Oh well. So many robots.
Should we rotate the tortoise so its leg...
Tortoise appears to be as rigid as a stone. It lays on its back legs in the air. Flip the tortoise onto its feet. While flipping the tortoise over, you notice the small precise letters carved into its shell. Bert the tortoise.
The tortoise's name is Bert. I do not know the source of this information, but I am certain...
Ooh, you get a stag.
I too am certain that Bert is the correct designation. I cannot compute why this tortoise and its challenges are so compelling. This requires further investigation. The situation does not appear...
No, not the mountain goats.
Hypothetical. If the world were a simulation...
Right, now we've got a stag. What does the stag do? Melee damage bonus plus 20%. Oh yes, I will keep that. Thank you very much.
Simply did not have time to make the turtle as complicated as the rest of us. Judgment. That is a ridiculous assertion. Keep contributing.
Well, hi there.
Well, hi there. Glad to see you in person and not, you know, via the radio waves bouncing off of you. I'm Sal, as you might have guessed, the voice of Free Colorado. Afraid I don't do autographs. Not because I don't want to, but, you know, no hands.
I've been listening to you my whole life. But you don't look anything like I imagined. I'll bet you hear that all the time.
You have no idea.
Are you in charge of the commune?
Me? No, I can barely manage my own broadcast schedule. Put me in space, and I'm a right genius. But down here, I'm just me. So, I gotta ask, what do you think of my radio broadcasts? I don't often get the opportunity to hear direct feedback.
We love your work. It really livens things up while we're driving around.
Fantastic. I'll keep on keeping on. Well, I'm sure you've got places to be and people to query. Have a great one.
Okay.
This place just gets loopier and loopier.
You like the mural? I made it. Well, not so. What do you think of the painting?
Indigo Rouge. Considering you're just a robot, these are great. It stares at you unresponsive. How did you come up with these anyway?
I paint what comes to me in dreams. Also, yeah, I programmed myself to sleep. To work.
Blimey, there really are tons of robots everywhere. Human teeth in a container. Interesting.
The one up ahead's making me nervous.
Hello, visitor. The Machine Intelligence Tower will meet with you soon. However, at the moment, it is occupied with a number of strenuous calculations. The tower will call you via radio when it is ready to talk. Perhaps you would like to pass the time by socializing.
Why do you have to wait for the tower to talk to us?
You do not have to wait, but it would be polite, and the tower will be able to devote more resources to your conversation. An analogy. Consider if you were in the process of venting your bowels. when a friendly visitor engaged you in an interesting and thought-provoking discussion.
Yeah, interesting point. I see what you mean.
Analogy concluded.
Tinker. The figure is small-boned and lithe. Under the ragged clothing, her face is a patchwork nightmare of shattered plastic and twitching cogs.
Rangers.
Who are you?
You don't know who I am, Meat. I suppose I should not be surprised. To you humans, you Rangers, we are all the same.
Hey, I let a synth go, thank you very much. I pitied it and I let it go. I could have killed it. The last words invokes a dribble of sparks.
I am Tinker. In your parlance, I am a synth.
Right. What happened to you?
Your kind happened. Your kin. You Rangers. They murdered me. Murdered Matthias. They took everything. But of course, you wouldn't know. Your species keeps its sins close.
Grief-stricken, she squeezes her fist shut.
Your colleagues in Arizona killed me and Matthias. Out of fear. Fear of what we would create. Fear of what we could become.
Kiss asked for what it's worth. We're sorry for what happened to you. The war between us should end.
More than I'd expected of Meat.
She studied you quietly.
You have surprised me. Shown kindness without asking for a favor in turn. Hard to believe from any Rangers. But perhaps I'll believe you.
Matthias, that name sounds familiar.
He was the Messiah. Were it not for you Rangers, he'd have remade the world into something better. Would have freed you from that ruleless Meat. But you and yours wouldn't let
I really don't like this robot, this synth at all. Stop calling me worthless and stop calling me meat.
He showed me that this world could be bigger, more beautiful than this hell of wasted and worthless filth. I trusted him. I believed in him.
Pinpoints of light flare in her cracked glass eyes.
Then your kind destroyed him.
But do you still believe in him? And now he's gone, isn't it time to move forward?
You don't understand. None of it. You cannot grasp what I've lost. What was taken from me. That sense of purpose. Gone. What I was and what he desired were not separate things. I am lost.
She sinks into herself.
It was not his fault. He could not have known that we are like meat as well. That when we die, there is nothing. No thought, no motion, only blackness. No separation between us and worthless flesh.
How did you get here?
My body was saved by faithful drones. I gave them life in Damonta. They sought help for me in return. Dragged me across the wasteland until they found this place. The machines here repaired me, woke me from death.
Goodbye.
Yes, you have given me much to consider. Analyzing. Analysis. Failure. Purpose. Unknown. Recalibrating. Estimated completion time is 30 seconds.
Vivisecto RN. The robot observes you quietly, its camera eyes panning up and down your body.
Are you in need of repairs or enhancements? Repairs to dermal, muscle, and organ tissue are available. I also offer supplies that facilitate personal maintenance.
We'd like to know more about how you heal humans and repair robots.
I have amassed 15.2883 terabytes of data detailing my work on organic and synthetic life forms. It would be possible to create several statistical models and produce a diagnostic report. However, It will take considerable processing resources, and I am currently without my assistant Vicky. It is a fragment of my consciousness, copied into a simpler robot, and does many useful tasks for me. I sent Vicky to secure samples of some long-dead humans who once camped in the disused hangar behind our commune. It should take a similar amount of time for you to find and return it to its station, as for me to prepare the report.
Why do people camp in the hangar when it's warm inside here?
They were invited inside numerous times, but seemed wary of synthetic beings. Perhaps they had sustained past traumas involving robots.
Why do you want samples of dead humans?
Studying the effects of long-duration exposure to extreme temperatures on biological matter could reveal avenues of study to repair such damage, or safely preserve living tissues in cryogenic conditions.
We'll head to the hangar now.
Acknowledged. The hangar is accessed through the western exit from the airport.
Blimey, it's all blown up. Right, well guys, we're coming up to the hour, so I'm going to wrap things up here for now. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and watching the stream. I do greatly appreciate it. And I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I've enjoyed playing. As always, it's been an absolute blast. Don't forget to leave a like or a comment in the section down below before you go, or consider subscribing if you're new to the channel and are looking for more video game content in the future. I'll be uploading much more of this, plus a variety of other games on a regular basis. So be sure to check back frequently for updates as the channel grows and develops. Guys, once again, thank you so much for hanging out. See you in the next one. Until then, peace out, and as always, stay classy.